Hey folks, it's a beautiful November day in Ohio and I finally got a chance to get some garden cleanup done. And so what I like to do is take the mower and bagger and collect leaves in the yard, and I add those to my garden beds as well as my compost. I know what you're thinking. You should leave all of the leaves for overwintering insects, and I have plenty. I have hundreds of trees, hundreds of millions of leaves all the way around my property, and so I leave those on the outskirts for wildlife. And so I bag the leaves in my yard before they've had a chance to settle in and get those into my garden beds. It sometimes does overwinter some insects in my beds like slugs and such, but I feel that it's a pretty good trade-off for what I get in return. I don't use very much fertilizer at all because I have all this organic matter. And so in addition to chicken manure and kitchen scraps and yard waste in the compost, it does make a wonderful top dressing. So I have some finished compost that I want to put into buckets and get out of the way before I add leaves to the compost. I'll be using that in the greenhouse as well as in the garden beds. And so I thought I'd just show you what I do to get ready for winter here in Ohio. It's something that I've done for many, many years. So the leaf compost, leaf mold, leaf mulch, whatever you want to call it, has been a great addition to my garden. I've been doing this for well over a decade now, and it has improved the soil, and I really don't add many other soil amendments. And so I'll show you what I do and give you a look at the fall garden. Most of my funds went to the greenhouse this year, and so I plan in the next year or two to upgrade the beds. I'm going to make the beds a little bit smaller so the aisles are bigger and replace the mulch with stone. And that way the mulch is basically turning to soil at this point, and so it's harder to keep up with weeds. And so I'm going to put the mulch into the beds, which will enrich them, and then replace them with the same gravel that we've got around the greenhouse. We love the look of it, and it's much better at suppressing weeds, and it won't break down. So it should last the rest of my gardening years, I hope. And so I have two big bays, but basically I divide those each into half as well. That way I have 4 different sections. And so what I'll do this year is take this pile, so I'm going to remove this finished compost and put that into the buckets right here, and then I will rake all of this out, and then I'll cover that with the bagged leaves that I have. I just cleaned out the chicken roost the other day, and they've been molting, so I've got plenty of feathers and then lots of their bedding, their shavings, and their manure, full of carbon, nitrogen, and all kinds of micronutrients. I'm not a very attentive composter. I basically just cold compost and let time do the work for me. But I do turn it and chop it up every now and then. And so this is how nice it breaks down into, you can see this wonderful humus. So I finally got all of the leaves picked up and added to the compost pile, and all the beds are full. I'm in the middle of smoothing them out just a little bit, tucking them in for the winter, so to speak. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching my process today. Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate you watching. I can't believe I almost forgot to plant garlic. So I'll just plant these about 3 or 4 inches deep and then add a layer of compost and put the leaves back on.